Andrew. Hey, Sammy, wait! Look what I've got for you.
What happened?
What?
We were supposed to have dinner.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. I had to go to the Southwest General.
Well, you could have phoned.
I didn't have a chance.
Whose car was it?
What?
Who, drove you home just now?
The police. It was a police car. I have had a difficult day. You fool.
I'm sorry. I've been sitting here imagining all sorts of horrors. And I've also made a large hole in your whiskey. Go on, Mum.
Do you know what I'd like? Just to go to Home Farm. To wake up in the morning in the country. Get on a horse and go. Hello? Speaking? Oh, hello, Andrew. Okay, I'll be there. Gotta go.
This is the weekend, you know.
There's a panic on. The rabies case has been confirmed.
But why are they bothering me with this other business? They've got another dozen or so divisional veterinary officers to choose from, haven't they?
Well, he'd be best. He's the only one who's had field experience of dealing with a rabies outbreak. Spent 6 months on attachment in France, apparently.
Then why isn't he going to do it?
He refuses.
His name wouldn't be Hilliard by any chance.
That's right. Shall I fetch your case, Minister?
Please? Oh, and there's a bit of venison I'm due. It's in the kitchen with my name on it. The disease must have been in the country for months. Probably half the wildlife's infected already.
I don't know. There's no way of knowing. As the man was infected by a fox, and the fox must have been infected by some imported animal. If the chain's no longer than that, it must be a month at the minimum. So you see why it's so urgent that we appoint someone to be an overall charge minister.
Smoke?
No.
But I don't see your problem. You said yourself Hilliard was the best man.
He's working out his notice. Only got a couple of weeks to go.
Where's he going?
Brussels, working for the FAO.
It hasn't gone yet.
He refuses to take it on. It's not his district, after all.
Make him.
You don't know Hilliard. Says there's no telling how long the outbreak might last, and he's just not willing to risk losing the job.
And you would like me to throw my considerable weight behind the official request. Fight fire with fire. Okay, I'll see him.
I am most grateful, Minister. Very grateful. Oh, I see from my diary that he's lecturing at the vet college all this week.
I'll see him tomorrow. Would you care for a piece of venison?
No, thank you, Minister. No, vegetarian.
Wildlife problems can only be tackled on the basis of a complete understanding of the behavioral ecology of the species involved. Research into oral vaccination of wild foxes will not completely solve the problem, but will go a long way towards doing so, providing we get the finances from Whitehall. However, during a rabies outbreak, the procedures as laid down must be adhered to absolutely. It's the only time the red tape pays off in my book. Okay, that's it.
Mind if I smoke?
Yes, I do mind. And it's not all right to come barging into my lectures, Minister.
I wouldn't do it if it wasn't urgent. Michael. You're the only divisional veterinary officer who's had field experience of rabies control.
And I would have been delighted to do it if I hadn't had another job to go to.
I can use a bit of influence. Arrange to have your starting date put back.
Oh, no, you don't. I've been waiting for this job for a very long time.
FAO, a sort of animals' World Health Organization, isn't it? The work is somewhat of a compassionate nature, wouldn't you say? So, you care more about animals than humans. It doesn't worry you that more people might die? How are your kids?
Fine. What's that got to do with it?
There was another possible case reported last night. 12-year-old schoolgirl. Imagine how her parents are feeling. Well? Thanks. I'll give Galbraith a ring and tell him you're in charge from now on. There's a meeting at 2:30 at the Ministry of Health. Police and the others are arriving at 3. I said I'd pass on the message.
First of all, you will find a map of the infected area. It's roughly 12 miles radius, centered on the site of the 2 infections so far as we are able to determine them. You will see on it that we have already set up control headquarters in the area. But that area, of course, may be adjusted from time to time, should, God forbid, further cases arise, and in the light of the distribution of infection in the animal population. Now, the first fatality was a man of 40.
41. The fatality was a man of 41 who had contact with a rabid fox. The unconfirmed case is a 12-year-old girl in the same village. And now we're advising all GPs so that anyone reporting a bite or a graze of animal origin will be offered vaccination, as well all personnel involved in this operation. You'll find details of all that in paper C.
There will be strict controls on the movement of all animals in the area. And paper B, what is that? Plus the arrangements for the rounding up of strays. And I believe the police have already started on that operation.
Although the order doesn't come into effect until noon, I thought we'd be justified in jumping the gun slightly.
I hope that is the last time a gun will be jumped. Or someone might get in my line of fire. Right, now I think we will split up into our separate groups for briefing. We have a lot to do. Then get mice from the MRC lab at Carshalton, right?
So, requests for animal vaccination outside the area are to be refused?
Yes, that's quite correct.
I should think you've put half a dozen backs up already. For heaven's sake, take it easy.
Well, if all you wanted was a PR job, you should have got someone else.
I have got someone else.
R11C, yes. George has those over in the far corner.
Look, only about 10% of this job is running around locking up old ladies' poodles. The other 90% is public relations. The public's going to be scared stiff.
So they should be. They didn't call rabies the mad death for nothing, you know.
We've got to get a sense of urgency without causing any panic. Now, you are going to have a press officer. No argument. It's in the control order. You know that as well as I do. Good God, man, you're going to have more power than Hitler in that control area. But the press, media, information, that is someone else's job. And he's going to do it. This is Bob Nichol, your press officer.
Mr. Hilliard?
You'll be keeping an eye on me, I hear.
I'll try not to get in your way.
Good. Make sure nobody else does.
Be a pleasure.
Michael, this is Dr. Maitland. She's been organizing the supply of vaccine. That is why she missed the meeting. Have a word with you, Bob.
How's Susan?
Not very happy at the moment. Promised to take her swimming today.
A 12-year-old girl has rabies. It started.
Blonde bird.